I'm zoomed in. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the Racing Joker channel, another vlog. This is not really an M3 GTR project video, but this could be informational about E46 M3 ownership regardless. So we're going to be talking about a couple things that are not working very well on the car. I think one component at least is broken, and then the other I think is just a really easy fix that I can do. If I had the tools and a way to get under the car, maybe I could be mechanically inclined to fix something, but then again, I'm not qualified and I don't really care about getting any wrench time on this car myself. I can do that with a different car. I've already told you guys about what cars I'd rather have as project cars. Anyways, so there are a couple things that aren't functioning quite as intended. In the E46 M3, and we are going to go through both of them now as I drive to work. This is not an episode of the commute. I've decided to rethink how the commute is going to be done because I might not always be able to film the commute, so I like doing those sorts of videos where I just drive them, so maybe I should make a new series called Free Roam instead, because Free Roam is a Need for Speed thing, and just free roam around in the E46. But anyways, we're going to start with the first issue, because the second issue is not popping up right now. So the first issue is the shift time of the SMG gearbox. Basically, it is not shifting as fast as I want it to, and under hard acceleration, it won't shift at all until I take my foot off the accelerator. Now, I've done a little bit of research, and it looks like it's because of the compression springs, which are it's like $20 parts altogether, and you replace those and then you can shift in the highest aggressiveness setting you want, and it will shift and it will just work. That's my understanding and my hope. My understanding is that when one of those springs breaks, it doesn't work as intended anymore. Now we're gonna try and let the car warm up. It's a little wet out, but I'm gonna keep traction control on, not because I'm scared, but because I wanna be able to demonstrate the other issue I am having with the car. Again, I don't dislike the car, I'm not mad at the car. These are just a couple issues that have popped up that I plan on resolving. I just thought I'd share it with you guys so that you're informed, so that when you guys want to get your own car and it has an SMG, you know what to do. Because the SMG gets a lot of hate, and I haven't really had that many terrible issues with it. It's not quite the same as like a normal ZF paddle shifter gearbox or a dual clutch, but it's really fun to drive. I don't see any real justification for the hate for it, but you know, my only other understanding is that they don't take extra power as well as the manual, but I don't see why that would make a difference. But it doesn't matter because this car isn't supercharged or anything like that, and it's never going to be. All right, as we get through this corner, we're going to downshift into second, and I'm going to try and accelerate hard into third, and you'll see what happens. Hopefully traction control doesn't interfere. It might. I might turn on sport mode here, and I might have to turn off traction control just in case, because I'm pretty sure it's going to try and cut the power. So DSC off. Wait, there we go. Doesn't always work on the first try. Let's see if I can accelerate hard into third. I tried to let the engine warm up a little bit. See, take my foot off the gas, and then it shifts. And if I weren't to take my foot off the gas, it would then make it so that I can't shift into third, and then the gearbox symbol would appear here, which you guys saw when I first installed the TTFS tune. So, there. I don't think it's because of the TTFS tune. I'm pretty sure it's because of the compression springs. Let's see if it works when I hard accelerate into fourth. Nope. How about fifth? Nope. So in order to shift, I have to take my foot off the accelerator. drive it kind of, whoa, like a manual, more or less. So the car's not quite as fast as I want it to be, and it does sometimes miss its gears. I can probably turn traction control back off. We'll see if we can recreate the other issue. It might be a little too cold, because I'm pretty sure I know what's causing it. Now you see low throttle acceleration, shifts just fine. I want to be able to do that on hard acceleration so that I don't have to take my foot off the gas and I can actually beat people in a race. Because I had a 135 high try and race me, and he was like, that's so cool. And so we did like a roll race, kind of. We just pulled up next to each other and just went, you know, like as you do. And I accelerate, I try to take my foot off to shift into fourth, and it just doesn't work. I miss the gear and he runs away from me, and I'm just like, okay, now shift. So that's something I want to solve. I can live with it for now, but when we get the airbox and get it installed by BMW of West St. Louis, we'll also get the compression springs and we'll fix those. Because the car's fast, power is delivered fantastically, and when you take your foot off the gas, it shifts great, and it's amazing. It's just, it could be faster, and I want to experience the SMG at its best so that I can have a good understanding of, you know, how good it really is. And so I can demonstrate it to you guys. And I'll go over how I managed to diagnose that it's likely the compression springs. There's actually a good forum post, and I'll share that with you guys. Are there any cops around the corner? Because the idea is to make this faster. It's such a great car, and I want to get it to that 100% health, especially as we modify it as well. I'm still looking into maybe doing the CSL camshafts. I just don't know when to do them in the timeline of the build, because we could. I don't know what the process is of the Service 2. I think that's what it is, Service 2, where they do the valve adjustment. I think it's the Vanos adjustment or something like that. Maybe that would be a good time to also install the cams. The cams alone are like almost $3 grand. I don't know what it would cost to ship them, but we'll see. Woo! Oh geez, it's a fun car, I'm telling you. This car is, it's up there with the Top Gear rule of, you haven't been a gearhead until you've owned an Alfa Romeo. You guys got to experience this engine in this car, because it's a great experience. All right, now I'm going to turn off DSC. We're going to be irresponsible for just a second, because we got to be. It's wet out. Got to enjoy that slip and slide while you can. I was expecting the tires to spin, but it just kind of maintained traction. That wasn't what I had in mind at all. I thought it'd be a bit more slippery than that. I got sport mode on, DSC off. I could go into a shift aggressive mode 6 if I wanted to, but then it would never actually shift because of the compression springs thing. Let's try again. That's better. I gotta tell you guys, the more and more I drive this car, the more and more I prefer rear-wheel drive over all-wheel drive. Like, it's just more fun. Being able to launch your car like that and spin your tires, that's cool. Thank God for wet days. It's a lot cooler, so that'll make delivering much easier. I've got 10 minutes before I have to actually get dressed and go to work, so let's quickly just go over how I diagnosed what is likely to be the problem with the shifting on the E46 M3. The other issue has not popped up yet, but I'll tell you about it in just a second. First, how to diagnose. I'm not connected to the internet. My mobile data is off. I've lost the article. 1 second. All right, that took a while. I've only got 2 minutes. I found the guide. It's on E46fanatics.com. I'll link it. It's called the SMG2 Troubleshooting Guide. This is what I used. Basically, it said if the car is a accumulator for the SMG, it takes more than 10 seconds. It could be a bad accumulator. The accumulator is the super expensive part on the car. I'll tell you the price down below. I don't want to know what it is right now, but that's not what seems to be the issue. If the car can't be shifted into neutral, it could be actuator or brake pedal sensor. If you try to go from first to reverse from neutral and it goes to second instead or something like that, it could be a bad gear position sensor. There's other things like hood or door sensors. No, I'm not having any of these issues, so we can move on. If the car shudders when taking off, perform SMG soft reset, get above 40 miles per hour, shift to neutral, pull back both paddles for about 10 seconds, shift back into gear. Haven't had to do that. Car is not shifting to first, it stops. The car does that, so we don't have to worry about that. Only usable gears are reverse, second, fifth, and sixth. Only when I try to force it to shift them into under hard acceleration. Car will sometimes miss shifts randomly for the same gears. Broken compression spring, about $20. Car drives fine, but then after a while the gearbox light comes on and it shifts to neutral. Don't have that issue. All that sorts of stuff. Do all those things and you can diagnose the car. And I have, with that guide, come to the hopefully educated conclusion that it is the compression springs in the SMG gearbox, and we will take care of that. We've got another issue where sometimes when I'm driving, this brake light will turn amber. This brake light here, I don't know why it's not focusing on it. This brake light here will turn kind of orange even when the brake isn't engaged, and the DAC will stay permanently turned on. And I think that's ABS not being on and stability control not being on, and so it becomes very analog. I think that should be an easy fix. I might be able to just fix that with the tire pressure, because it's not always doing that. So I think it's something to do with sensors or tire pressure or something like that. Hopefully, we'll try that after work today. But anyways, I'm gonna clock in, and I will see you guys later today. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get the other issue. I don't think the tires got warm enough. We'll have to try and recreate the issue when it's warmer. For now, I'm gonna go and get some food and go to bed. I've got Ellie in the back there. The next day, it's still kind of cold out. I don't know what's going on. Where's the spring weather? I can't get the tires to warm up. I assume it's the tires, like tire pressure sensors or something like that, and it's just getting to a threshold of tire pressure the car's not okay with, and then it will like trigger the disabled whatever error, disabled traction control error or whatever it is. But it's like I can't really confirm that, because I'm trying to get it so that the tires are warm enough for the pressure to change, and for so that then I can try and air them up to see if that makes a difference. Because if it does, then that's probably what it is, right? Maybe next time. But now I'm gonna go and edit a Minecraft video, which you guys have already seen by now. All right, well, the birthday video is exporting. I'm gonna be 23. 23. Doesn't really feel like a milestone anymore. What ages are milestones? 25, 30, 35, 50, 100? I don't know if I want to make it to 100. Anyways, I need to go and pick up my daughter, and we'll see if we can recreate the issue or not. Otherwise, we'll just have to see, because today we're going to Chicago to take Ellie to a doctor, and so we will be gone for a couple days, so, but you guys won't notice. Hey, oil service at 117,000 miles. Does it also tell me? It doesn't tell me. Oh, I just set the miles per gallon by accident. I was just trying to see where, when the next, I guess that's also the next service, whether it's service 1 or service 2, the Vanos adjustment. There we go. It did it. It just beeped the same way it beeps when it warns you about, low temperatures, so that you don't like slip around and be clueless. But there we go. Traction control is now off, and that brake light is on, but it's amber, not red, like how it normally is when the e-brake is engaged. So now I've demonstrated that, showing you guys what it looks like. After I pick up Ellie, I can read about what the potential issues are. All right. We're back. I just wanted to quickly follow up with you guys and end off the video. So let's head downstairs. There she is, E46 M3. There is the first part that we received. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. So in terms of what today's video is about, the compression springs and all that, and the light coming on, it is not the tire pressure. The tire pressure is still perfect, exactly where it is. 33 in the front, 35 in the rear. It looks like it could be like a TC module of some kind or something else. Something like that, I think. In terms of the compression springs, I'm pretty confident that that's what the issue is, so we'll be able to get that fixed no problem. But currently we are working on the Alpha N tune, so that once the carbon parts arrive, we can start getting ready to put those on the car. And then I'm struggling to decide what to do next after that. Do I get CSL headers? Do I get the GTR wing? Or the GTR body kit? Because it's separate, because the GTR wing is a whole endeavor of cloning a GTR wing. Or do we do the body kit first? And then I also need to figure out what wheels to go with the body kit. Do we want the Rogue Engineering GTR wheels, or do we want BBS E46? Just to have a wider tire. I don't know. Something to think about. This isn't your normal kind of vlog, no special cinematics, no music. This is just an update video on the E46 M3 and other project cars. Like, for instance, like an R34 GTT with an RB30 or something like that. But, you know, who gave me that idea? I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.